So we're here at Marriott's Shadow Ridge, and we've done the room tours, the resort tours, and our review. So I thought today we'd show you what's new, what's not new, what's happening around the resort in a resort update. Let's talk about it right after this. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. We're actually out here at the front gate of Marriott's Shadow Ridge, Palm Desert, California. I'm going to show you what's new, what's going on. I'm going to turn the camera around because there's actually something right across the road. Pretty big news not too long ago. So right here at the main entrance of Marriott Shadow Ridge, and directly across the street here, several months ago they announced kind of a quasi-Disney project over there. I guess it's kind of maybe like a licensed project, but it is a development, townhomes, condos, vacation homes, all that kind of stuff. Then we going in across the street. Don't really see anything happening over there. There's some excavators way over on the other side. Maybe that's all maybe they're doing is moving some dirt around. But that's what's going on here at the main entrance, or across from the main entrance. It's probably going to make for a lot more traffic when this finally gets done, if it gets done, because you never know, right? Funding, financing, permits, building, approvals, all that kind of stuff. You know, sometimes this stuff never does come to fruition. But now that we've seen this, let's head into the resort. Okay, so here we are, just inside the main entrance, I guess you could say, here at the entrance of what goes up to the golf clubhouse, as well as main check-in lobby and registration. I do just want to point out that the grill at Shadow Ridge, it has not reopened yet. I'm not really sure what the deal is. They've reopened the grill at Grand Vista, but here at Shadow Ridge still says it is closed. Of course, they do have all of the other normal food and beverage operations happening at the two large pool areas, Snake Bites and the Chuckwalla pool. So if you're wanting food and beverage, well, you can get it there. But now let's head inside kind of the gates to the Villages phase, because there's some big changes I need to talk about right in there. All right, so I've jumped over here to kick this off. In the Villages phase, I'm actually sitting at one of the shuttle stops just in front of buildings 1100 and 1000. Guess maybe we should have put those in order, 1000 and 1100. And that's to talk about the villa renovations that they're doing here at Marriott Shadow Ridge. It's a project for 2023, might even go into 2024 a little bit as well, but they are renovating all of the villas here in the Villages section. Unfortunately, I cannot show you before and after video because, well, they haven't completed any villas yet. They're just starting out here on 1000 and on 1100. I could show you some before video, but why do that? Because you can actually see an entire 2-bedroom villa tour. I will put a link to it right up here. That's a 2-bedroom in the Villages phase. From what I understand, these are some pretty significant, even some pretty drastic changes in the villa. They actually have a little board up in the clubhouse and one even in the sales gallery, and then even a couple down here outside of where they're actually doing the renovations. Kind of looking at that, and I'm going to flash some pictures and maybe some video up on the screen of that. Looks like the kitchen is significantly different. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Looks like kind of the, not really the island, but kind of the piece that sticks out a little bit of the kitchen is completely gone. The cabinets are modern, they're different. There's kind of like a weird little table that's attached to the wall. Not really sure because I haven't been able to actually go in and look at one that is actually completed. Hopefully we'll see some pictures of that in the near future when some people have had a chance to take a look and stay in some of these units. But again, some villa renovations happening here at Marriott's Shadow Ridge in Palm Desert. Already making my way over through and to the other side of the Enclaves phase. Do want to show you something here real quick, but I'd also like to ask, if you're liking this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Really does help out these videos. And also, if you like timeshare content, timeshare videos, reviews, room tours, villa tours, resort tours from especially Marriott Vacation Club, Vistana, Westin, Sheraton, and maybe hopefully soon to be Club Wyndham, well, hit that subscribe button down below. And now let's show you something here. Kind of needs a little bit of work here in the Enclaves phase. Okay, and that just happens to be this snake water feature. Kind of have the head of the snake here. Supposed to have some water coming out of his mouth, kind of into this little pool here, drains through and goes back around. He kind of actually goes all the way around. Kind of a neat little feature, but a little bit tacky in my opinion too. Well, the water is no longer coming out of his mouth. Worn off, it's broken, it's chipped. It simply doesn't work. And in fact, I saw a kid swimming in this the other day. Not a little baby, a pretty grown child, but they really need to get rid of this thing. It's, you know, it's worn out, and they've done it in another area. Water feature, they got rid of it. So let's head over there I want to show you that next. It's pretty big. Okay, so I now jumped over here. We're in the Enclaves phase here now. And I just want to point out a pretty significant change here. Last year when we were here, this area was kind of a broken down fountain water feature that did not work. It did have the grills that are here, the same number of grills that are still here, but looks like they've actually torn out that entire water feature and kind of changed this to kind of a gazebo area. It's got some nice covering overhead, some lights that come on probably in the evenings, and a number of tables here as well. So you come out here and grill, well, you can have a bit of a picnic out here because they've done a really nice job here. Got rid of kind of what is probably a maintenance headache with a water feature that would not work, probably couldn't get it to work, and well, hey, this is much easier to maintain. Let's also kind of just go over here behind these grills because I don't remember this being here. Now, maybe it isn't new, but they do have a set of horseshoe pits over here and kind of some gravel pathways through here. This might have been here. I'd have to kind of go back and look through some footage of prior videos from around the resort, but I don't remember these horseshoe pits being here. So if you want to, come and enjoy a game of horseshoes. Now, of course, this snake guy, he was here before. They have kind of that workout area out there that I won't be working out in, but I do want to walk over here. We'll catch up just over here on the other side to show you something else that's new in this area. Yeah, so here we are. The fitness center here for the Enclaves phase is over there, but they've actually put in a new basketball court area here, just a half court. You do have your basketball hoop and net up there, and it is also a painted court here, so kind of a nice little area here. This year really was previously just unused area, so looks like they've made a bit of use for this with small basketball area, in addition to the one that's over in the Villages section, which you can actually see in a full resort tour of the Villages here at Marriott Shadow Ridge. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link up there in the upper right. All right, so while I'm still down here in the Enclaves phase, just showing you those new additions, well, I want to talk about what is perhaps not going on here, being the unsold land that they have here at Marriott's Shadow Ridge. And from what I understand, they're still trying to sell the unsold land, but I have heard kind of through the grapevine that there are plans to at least do one more phase of Enclaves, but they are looking to sell the land that was to be the remainder of the Villages phase. Obviously, this resort must not have sold very well, and they don't really have plans to finish it out. Marriott Vacation Club has moved on to bigger, better, and maybe more exotic projects, although we really haven't seen a whole lot happening in the way of new developments, new resorts. So I did talk about one, and that is Charleston, South Carolina. I'll put a link to that video right up there. So we are getting some of those more urban type locations, really more just a hotel room than anything else, and a lot of points for a hotel room nonetheless. But I did want to mention that here, just kind of a little bit of an update on the unsold land, the undeveloped land. Looks like maybe, probably in the fairly distant future, maybe some more Enclaves units, though I kind of doubt that that will even happen. I think the plan here is pretty much sell this off if they can find a buyer. That being the key, if they can find somebody willing to take it. All right, one more update here about the pool areas, and that's about the pool towels. This resort is still just putting pool towels in the villas. Kind of annoying because you do have to wash them, and as super cheap and as super thin as these are, they literally get soaking wet. They only give you 2 per person in the villa. Now I'm actually going to text them later today and ask them, hey, can I get some more? I'll put up on the screen here if they are willing to fulfill that request. So pool towels still in the villa. You do have to wash them when you get back yourself. It would be great if they went to some type of poolside exchange system here. A lot of the other resorts we go to, they've actually installed what they call towel trackers. As much as I really don't like those all that much, they are really handy because you can exchange pool towels poolside. You don't even need to take towels back to your room at all because it's all taken care of at the pools. You don't need to wash anything, and most of all, you don't just have a couple of towels that get soaking wet after you've used and gotten out of the pool one time. All right, for the very end now, I've jumped over here kind of to one of the grill areas here in the Enclaves, show you the golf course, to mention something that really isn't new, isn't old, just to remind you, don't go out on the golf course. Don't let your kids out on the golf course. I've actually seen people out here kind of putting in the afternoon when tee times are all done. There's a guy out here chipping and putting, kids chasing birds, chasing geese. They do have in the rules, in their policy, please do not go onto the golf course. It is for golfers. They seem like fun, but you can do some damage there, and it does cost some additional maintenance work to take care of it when somebody's essentially out here kind of golfing, chipping, putting for free. It's not a putting green, it's not a driving range. So stay off the course, keep your kids off the course, and everybody will be much happier. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said earlier, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And to see another video from here at Marriott's Shadow Ridge, perhaps a villa tour, well, check this one out right up here. Thanks for watching, and remember, until next time, let's make your next destination a timeshare.